Hi folks, Dan here. Thank you for watching One Business I Would Buy and Why. The purpose of this video is to help buyers navigate the process of buying a business and removing some of that emotion from the whole process. Firstly, I want to let you know this case study, it's a real business. It's currently for sale in the marketplace and it is legitimately one business I would buy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rattle off some of the key stats of this business, and I want you to pick one or two of your most important value drivers. I've picked my most important value driver and the reason why I would buy this business tomorrow. So I'm going to go through some of the key stats of the business right now. First of all, revenue of $1 million. Trading for 12 years. The last 5 years of trade has been consistent with exception for 1 year. The profit to the owner is around $200,000 before tax. There are very strong financials with audited tax returns that you can cross-reference with house management accounts and BAS statements. The supplier agreements are non-transferable. What that means is that there are some very unique supply agreements, meaning that the owner is currently getting some supply of product cheaper than the new owner will be able to receive. So we need to make an adjustment to the profit there. I can say that there will be around a 10 to 15% adjustment to the cost of sales, not the net profit, just the cost of sales. So only a minor adjustment, but still a bit of an issue. So the business has received some poor reviews online in the last few years. The owner's role in the business is 10 hours per week. The manager has been with the business for 3 years and works around 40 to 45 hours a week. Now back to the owner's role. The owner's function in the business is to oversee the manager and generally handle the accounts on a weekly basis, the marketing, and liaise with the manager. The manager is paid $71,000 plus super and will probably leave if there's a transfer of ownership. The lease is 4 plus 5 plus 5, meaning there's 14 years left, and the rental expenses sit at 6% of revenue with annual CPI increases. Okay, so there are a few negative things there and there are a few positive things there, but what was the key value driver for you? I tell you, like most buyers will get concerned over some of the nitpicky little details. You know what, buyers, I know that you're probably thinking, oh, they've had some poor reviews, or oh, that supplier agreement's non-transferable. You know what, that's not something I would be concerned about at all. In fact, I see both of those items as an opportunity on a transfer of ownership. The biggest value driver for me is the lease. There is 14 years left on the lease. So when I invest my money, now I forgot to mention as well that the asking price of what the owner is prepared to accept for this business is around $450,000. Now that you probably might think, you know what, that's a little bit higher than market average. However, personally, I would pay $500,000 for the business, and here's why: because I know that I can resell that business. I know that that business functions and has a history of functioning without the owner for at least the last 3 years working in the business on a day-to-day basis. So that's a massive green tick for me. But the big thing is when you invest in a business, how do you get your money out? Are you relying on an ROI on a yearly basis? How do you get your money out? I know that in a couple of years' time, I can resell that business and there is still guaranteed 12 years on the lease. So I can put my money in, earn my ROI, and pull my money out. I'm doubling up on my investment. Now, folks, I want you to think about that really clearly when you're buying a business. Don't get caught up with all the little details and some of those insignificant things. Don't get caught up emotionally on all of the things you may love about the business when there's only a few years left on the lease. Look at lease as the #1 key value driver when you're buying a business, and make sure that you're securing your investment and getting a great ROI and doubling up on that ROI. It's all about the resale. Okay folks, happy buying, all the best. Bye.